Hey, what's up guys? Pet3 the Blockheads Hamster is once again back with another video. And today I will be starting up what started it all, at least for my HVAC videos. So, as some of you have already guessed probably, I am referring to the Haier 5000 BTU window air conditioner. And it is right here. The one that I've always made videos on. Was in my bedroom at my old place. Now, this thing hasn't really been in use since like late July of 2019. So it's been over a year since this thing has been cooling. But here it is. I just thought I would make a startup video of it for 2020. And it will probably be the first and only startup video for 2020. So here it is. It's okay. It's kind of gotten a bit rusty, probably because it was sitting in the closet for over a year. But I did turn it on, but just the fan. But listen to this. So that there is low fan, as you can see. And the bearings don't sound that great. I think they're probably thirsty for some oil or something like that. So yeah, I noticed the bearings were kind of making that sound a little while ago, like I don't know, like a year or two ago. But it's kind of getting worse. But surprisingly, it actually, oh, you can really hear it now. But surprisingly, the spin down time is still really good on this, and like there's not a lot of resistance or anything. But yeah, you know, let's turn up to high fan. So the fan's still working, and now is the part that you all have been waiting for, the compressor. Okay, so after more than 1 year, let's see what this thing will do. I think I've got this working. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. And why, look at that. It's still working just fine. The air coming out is not quite warm yet, but it's definitely getting there. Here's how that refrigerant's flowing in there. It's probably not going to get very frosty because it's like winter time. It's pretty dry in here. But yeah, it seems to be working. And compressor sounds happy. Yeah, I think this thing has almost done its time. It's definitely getting rusty, more rusty year after year. It's probably because like the paint coating has chipped off over time. But other than that, it still works. Probably give it a little more time, see if it cools down. It's definitely getting cold out of the vents here though, that's for sure. That's because it's pretty cool. It's winter time right now. There you have it. Other side. It's getting a little bit rusty. You can hear the bearings probably. Looks like I wasn't quite exact. It's working all right. Remember this? Eventually all this ice, this frost is gonna melt like it normally has So I think the charge in this system is still pretty good. As you can see, how this thing always starts up dry is like the pipes coming in frost up a little bit, and then eventually once it goes through the system, it all defrosts. So no problems with that so far. We'll see. Now, because it's kind of cool, this might take a bit longer than in the summertime, but I think generally it is working pretty well. It's definitely getting a bit more frosty. So it's been about like 5 minutes, and we're definitely making some progress. You can see a lot of that frost has melted, and the air coming out of the vent here is extremely cold, but that's of course because the quote-unquote outside temperature is not really high. The air coming in through here, but it's pumping out ice from here, and the back here is reasonably warm, I'd say. Of course, it's not going to get that hot, and it's not the summertime. But as you can see, this thing is still working, still cooling, like it did on like day one. Except the coils definitely could have some cleaning. I don't think they're that dirty because I did clean it a little bit, like 2 years ago. But yeah. All right. Now that we know it still works great, I think it's now time for the shutdown. And yep, that sounds familiar to me. After having this thing for like 10 years, which in fact, I don't know the exact date of manufacture, unfortunately, but it's definitely from the early 2010s because I think this was the design back then, and it is, see if this will focus. By the way, I've also shown this spec sheet in other videos. As you can see, it uses, R410A and other specs in here. So it's probably like one of Haier's earlier models to use the R410A refrigerant. I'm not exactly sure. I have seen window units similar to this that use R22 from like the late 2000s, but I'm glad to see that this machine is still working after like 10 years and over a year of not using it. So without further ado, thanks for watching and stay safe, everybody.